Once upon a time, deep within the heart of the vast African savanna, there was a village known for its fearless hunters. The bravest of them all was Kofi, a man whose courage knew no bounds. Yet there was one place even Kofi had never dared to enter, the sacred grove of Moba, a dense, mystical forest said to be the home of powerful spirits and a guardian serpent older than the earth itself. Legend had it that no one who ventured into the sacred grove ever returned. But one year, during a time of great drought, the villagers were desperate. The river had dried up, and the crops withered under the relentless sun. The village elders whispered among themselves that only by retrieving the golden feather of Nyomi, hidden deep within the sacred grove, could the land be restored to life. Despite the warnings of the elders, Kofi volunteered to venture into the sacred grove. Armed with only his spear and the blessings of his ancestors, he set off into the thick jungle at dawn. As Kofi stepped into the forest, the air grew dense, and the whispers of unseen forces began to circle around him. The trees seemed to sway with an unnatural rhythm, their twisted branches curling like fingers of an ancient creature. Each step forward felt heavier than the last. The distant hiss of the guardian serpent echoed through the trees, sending chills down Kofi's spine. Yet, he pressed on, clutching his spear tightly. Hours passed, and just as the sun dipped below the horizon, Kofi stumbled upon a clearing. There, coiled around a giant rock, lay Moba, the enormous serpent with scales that shimmered like the night sky. Its eyes glowed a deep red, fixating on Kofi with a gaze that pierced his very soul. "Why have you come here, mortal?" Moba hissed, its voice ancient and rumbling like thunder in the distance. Kofi stood firm, but his heart pounded. He explained his quest for the golden feather of Nyomi. The serpent's gaze softened, but only for a moment. "You seek the feather, but know this," the serpent whispered, slithering closer. "You must face not only me but the spirits of the forest. One false move, and your soul will be bound to this grove for eternity." Kofi nodded, ready for the challenge, until the serpent vanished into the shadows, leaving only darkness and silence behind. As Kofi pressed deeper into the grove, the spirits began to appear, phantom-like figures drifting between the trees, whispering riddles and tricking his senses. At times, the path seemed to twist upon itself, leading him in circles. Every shadow seemed alive, every rustle a threat. But Kofi remembered the words of his ancestors, "Trust your heart, not your eyes." Finally, after what seemed like days of confusion and near defeat, Kofi reached the heart of the sacred grove. There, suspended in the air by threads of light, was the golden feather of Nyomi, glowing with an otherworldly aura. But as Kofi reached for it, the ground beneath him began to tremble. Moba returned, her enormous form towering over him. With a great roar, she attacked, striking with lightning speed. The suspense built as Kofi dodged the serpent's attacks, narrowly escaping its deadly fangs. With one final thrust of his spear, Kofi struck the ground, causing a fissure to split the earth beneath Moba, trapping her. But the serpent's eyes gleamed with something other than rage, it was sorrow. "You have proven your strength," Moba hissed weakly. "But know this, the feather is not just a gift, it is a curse. Use it wisely, or your village will suffer." With those final words, the serpent dissolved into mist, and the sacred grove seemed to calm. Kofi took the golden feather and fled the grove, the whispers of the spirits still echoing in his ears. Kofi returned to the village, the drought broken by the magic of the feather. But he could not forget Moba's final warning. As the land blossomed once again, Kofi vowed to return the feather when the time came, lest his village fall victim to the serpent's curse. And so, the legend of Kofi, the hunter who outwitted the serpent of the sacred grove, was passed down for generations, forever reminding the villagers that even the greatest of gifts comes with a price.